Hey, how's it going, everybody? Hope you're having a great day. My name is Bear. This is the channel for Elevon Studios. It's a video game studio. Reasons why you would care about this channel: one, you're into video game dev; two, entrepreneurship; three, you're here to pursue a dream just like we are, which is making video games; or four, or you're just here for a good time. So today, what I wanted to talk about was mental resilience. I've been on this planet for about 39 years now. This week was my birthday. Getting old, man. I'll be 40 next year. That's crazy. I remember thinking that 20 years old was old. Like, I remember being in high school thinking like, oh man, 20 is so far away. And here I am, almost double that. It's wild. So I am going to be looking over here because I've got a script going, and the mental resilience, right, of pursuing something that's challenging. You know, even when you're pursuing something that you really love, it can be frustrating. For example, I had to learn Blender. I didn't want to learn Blender. Blender's 3D modeling is not something I'm super passionate about, but I had to do it. And I think with everything, no matter what it is, even if it's your dream, there's going to be components of it that you don't like. And so I wanted to tackle the myth of I'll be happy when. One way to mentally exhaust yourself is to think in terms of, once X, Y, or Z happens, then I'll be happy. This is a trap. And you need to give yourself permission to feel proud, to feel happy. It's a trap because think in your own life. Now, I don't care how old you are. There was something that you didn't have, that you now have, that you told yourself, oh, once I get X, Y, or Z, then I'll be happy. I know some big ones for me is like, oh, I know, once I meet that special somebody, like once I get married, or once I have this much money in the bank, or once I do this, or once I do that, once I own a house or a rental property. And I did those things. And it's short-lived, you know, and I'm very blessed, very thankful. But your happiness can't come from this idea of something in the future occurring to you, because there'll always be the next thing. There'll always be the next breakthrough. I'll be happy once I have kids. I'll be happy once I do this, once I do that. And no matter how wonderful and marvelous those things are, it'll always be another thing that you're wanting to pursue. And so you want to give yourself permission today to feel happy. And that's actually going to give you that dopamine. That's actually going to give you that strength today to be excited and to move forward. And that kind of leads me into my next point, which I have brushed on before, so I won't spend a whole lot of time on it. But the idea of tying your dopamine to the lead indicators, not the lag indicators. If you didn't see my other video, lead indicator is what you're doing today, what you're eating today if you're trying to get to a certain weight, exercise if you're trying to get to a certain level of fitness, you're getting up early and meditating or spending time with the Lord, whatever your spiritual thing is. Those are the lead indicators that, if you've arranged them correctly, will fulfill the lag indicator, which would be that goal of a body weight or starting that business or whatever those things are. And so you want to give yourself, if you tie it to once your business is successful, you're going to have a hard time. So you don't want to tie your fulfillment to that. You want to tie your fulfillment into, did I do today well? Did I break up that lag indicator into small enough pieces? And did I do those pieces well today? Because that's really going to carry you far. And that's a part of enjoying the journey instead of the destination. The next one is the courage over confidence. I struggled with this one for years. This is why I'm starting this journey so late in my life, is not feeling ready and recognizing that that's okay. There's a poem that I love, and it is called Opportunity by Edward Sill. And so in this poem, there's a battle, a war raging, and they're using swords. And there's two people highlighted in the poem. There's the prince and this other guy. Now, the other poem starts off with the other guy saying, if I had a good enough sword, I would also be fighting really hard like the prince is, because the prince has this really nice royal sword. So if I had a good sword like his, I would totally fight and give it my all today. But with this sword that I've been given, it's not as good. So I'm just going to throw it on the ground and walk away. And so he left the battle. Hours pass by. The prince has since broken his royal sword and is still fighting and sees that sword that the other guy threw in on the ground and grabs that sword, continues the battle because his original royal sword is broken, continues the battle with the sword that the other dude abandoned and wins the battle that day. And I think that's what opportunity looks like. So a lot of people talk about comparison is the thief of joy, and that's true, but they don't talk about how comparison is the thief of your future, the thief of your opportunity. So that soldier, so not the prince, the soldier who threw his blade on the ground, he could have been a great warrior that day. He could have fought and won with what he was given, but instead he compared his situation to the prince's situation and disqualified himself. And so don't let that happen. Don't disqualify yourself. Use what you've got today to grow, to scale. And if you're in an endurance race, you need to celebrate those small wins. You can't wait till the whole war is over. And another piece that gives value to those small wins is as you're continuing to move forward. So for example, with this game dev stuff, the small wins that I'm experiencing are that I'm learning Unreal. I'm learning Blender. The benefit is twofold. One, I'm gaining a technical skill. Great. Two, it's building endurance. It's making me the kind of person that can take on bigger and bigger load. And the idea and the hope would be that someday that this business and this video game studio takes off. And I want to be the kind of person that when it's a success, I can handle it. And that's what these small wins do, is they prepare you to grow stronger little bit by little bit. So I think today is about that mental resilience, how to keep showing up, how to frame your situation so that you can bring the most strength you have to bear. And that's by not comparing yourself. That's by celebrating the small victories. That's by doing what you can today with what you have. Even if it's small, even if it's just making up your bed, wherever you are, taking that next small territory is what's gonna scale and grow. So I hope you enjoyed this video. All right. So that's it for that portion of the video about emotional resilience. Let's run through. I want to catch y'all up on the latest of what we got going on for our game, which I am excited about. So let's go ahead and change that. Boom. Love it. All right, so we got our test level up and running here. I'm going to show you all the two things. I actually got 3 things accomplished this week. Finished up our shark gun, which I showed y'all last week. And then I'm going to show you this week the 2 things that I did, which is we've got a finish line. So this box, this is going to be our finish line. And this section is meant to represent like a sticky, gooey area or something that would slow your character down. Let's watch it in action here. The reason why you're seeing 2 characters is because we have 2-player multiplayer enabled. So here's him running on the slow. See, it slows him down. And then here's him crossing the finish line. All you're looking for up it is in the top left corner. It's going to say you win. Boom, there it is. So the server is saying you win when you cross the finish line first. So we're going to have to make that win state a little more complex, but that's a basic win-lose state. And then, of course, it should say on the other character, it should say that they lose. And so I'll be working on that today, as well as, of course, this video. So that's the update for this game. How I did that was I created both of these had a similar mesh interaction. I'm calling the character. I am passing the information of the character in its mesh and setting up the collision for both items. So the terrain as well as the finish line. And one is just saying that you win, creating a win state. The other, the slowing down, is grabbing the character's speed, their crouch speed, their run speed, their jog speed, all of that, and slowing it down. And then when they're no longer interacting with that mesh, it sets it back to normal. It finds that speed again and with the character and sets it back to its original state. So that's it without getting too technical. If y'all prefer for me to get more technical, let me know. We can go through it, but I thought I would keep it at a high level just to not lose too many folks. So that's it. I hope that you all got some value from this video, something that would help you stay a little more resilient as you yourself are pursuing your dreams. I want to encourage you to do that. Go for it. There's no better time than today. And I'm not saying sell everything you own and go move into a ditch and pursue your dream. I am saying, though, begin to plan for victory. Think about it. Take the time, take the effort. What would it take for you to go from where you are to where you want to be, and do that successfully, to do that wisely? So that's about it for this video. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you haven't, please consider joining our Patreon. You'll see a link down below. That's helping us to support and pay for this game that we're making, as well as future games that you can vote on and pick. Please like and subscribe. Follow us on socials, and I hope you guys have a great day. And I just want to encourage you to keep pursuing your dream. Like, don't slow down. Map it out. Be vigilant and use wisdom to figure out how you can go from where you are to where you want to be. Thank you so much for listening to this video. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.